Hi, welcome to our channel, Programming of Mind, where we accelerate your knowledge with concise, from high-value book summaries. Let's begin. Overcoming resistance, the power of perseverance. In the fight against resistance, perseverance is your greatest weapon. Resistance is not a one-time battle. It's a continuous war that demands a constant commitment to overcoming it. Every day, you must choose to push forward, even when the odds seem stacked against you. This section delves into the necessity of perseverance, the importance of keeping momentum, and the understanding that success is achieved through sustained effort, not overnight brilliance. The cycle of resistance and progress. Resistance is an ever-present force, lurking in the background, ready to sabotage your progress at any moment. But there's a pattern to resistance that, once understood, can help you turn it into an opportunity for growth. Every time you confront resistance head-on, you move a step closer to your goal. However, this progress is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt, but perseverance is the key to breaking through. Let's take the story of Peter, a software developer who had always dreamed of building his own tech startup. He had an idea, a vision, and some initial momentum. But as he began the process of development, the obstacles mounted. There were bugs in the code, funding issues, and a sense of overwhelm. Peter often found himself frustrated, staring at the screen, questioning whether it was worth it. Resistance told him to give up, that the path was too hard and the rewards too uncertain. However, Peter made a choice. He decided to persevere. Every morning, he would tackle one small problem at a time, working through the issues step by step. He broke down a larger goal into manageable chunks and focused on completing one task each day, no matter how minor. Over time, Peter began to make progress. His coding became more efficient, his product started to take shape, and he gained the confidence to push forward. His perseverance paid off when his startup was finally accepted into a prestigious incubator program. Peter's story shows that the cycle of resistance and progress is natural. It's the ability to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough, that separates those who succeed from those who give up. The importance of small wins. While perseverance is essential, it's also important to celebrate small wins along the way. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the larger goal, but if you break your work into smaller, achievable tasks, you can maintain momentum and keep your motivation high. Small wins help you build confidence, keep you on track, and remind you that progress is being made. Consider the example of Sarah, a writer who decided to work on her first novel. At first, the idea of writing a full-length book felt daunting. The thought of sitting down and completing 300 pages was overwhelming, and she was often paralyzed by the enormity of the task. But Sarah made a decision to focus on writing 500 words a day. It wasn't much, but it was something she could achieve consistently. At first, it felt slow, and she often felt that her progress wasn't fast enough. But over time, those 500 words a day accumulated. After a few months, Sarah had completed several chapters. With each small win, she gained more confidence in her ability to finish the project. Eventually, Sarah completed her first draft. What started as a daunting, overwhelming task had been accomplished through the power of small, consistent steps. Sarah's journey is a reminder that it's not always about big leaps forward. It's about the persistence of showing up every day and making incremental progress. Small wins build the foundation for larger successes and provide the momentum needed to break through resistance. The role of consistency. Consistency is the bedrock of perseverance. While many people can muster the energy to start something, it's the consistent effort that leads to real progress. Resistance will attempt to make you believe that you can take shortcuts, that the work doesn't matter today, or that it's okay to skip a day. But this is precisely when you need to push hardest. James, a fitness enthusiast, faced this challenge when he decided to get in the best shape of his life. He started by following a strict workout regimen, eating healthy, and tracking his progress. The first few weeks were exciting, and the initial results were encouraging. But as time passed, the enthusiasm began to fade. There were days when James felt too tired to work out, days when he wanted to indulge in unhealthy food, and days when he doubted whether the effort was worth it. Despite these moments of doubt, James knew that consistency was the key. He kept showing up, even on the tough days, and continued pushing through resistance. The results weren't always immediate, but after several months, James started seeing significant changes in his body and health. More importantly, he had formed a new habit, one that didn't rely on motivation but on the consistency of his effort. James's story illustrates the power of consistency. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about doing the work day after day, regardless of how you feel. Consistency is the antidote to resistance's attempts to derail you. Handling setbacks and failures. Resistance has a unique ability to make setbacks feel like insurmountable obstacles. When things go wrong, it can feel like you're back at square one, and it's easy to lose hope. However, setbacks and failures are not signs to quit. They are opportunities to learn, grow, and strengthen your resolve. Take the example of Emily, a fashion designer who launched her own clothing line. She faced a significant setback when her first collection failed to sell. Sales were lower than expected, and many of the items were returned. Emily felt devastated and questioned whether she was cut out for the fashion business. But instead of succumbing to resistance, she chose to learn from the failure. She analyzed the feedback from her customers, adjusted her designs, and refined her marketing strategy. In the face of failure, Emily found a renewed sense of purpose. She didn't see the setback as an end, but as a stepping stone. A year later, her revamped collection was met with great success, and she was able to expand her business. The setback became the catalyst for her eventual breakthrough. Emily's story demonstrates that setbacks and failures are a natural part of the creative process. They don't define you unless you allow them to. The key is to face them head-on, learn from them, and keep moving forward with even more determination. The power of resilience. Perseverance is about resilience. The ability to bounce back after setbacks, to adapt to challenges, and to keep going in the face of adversity. Resilience is not something that comes naturally to everyone, but it can be cultivated through practice and intentionality. The more you persevere, the more resilient you become. You learn to navigate the ups and downs, to keep pushing forward even when the path isn't clear, and to find strength in moments of difficulty. Take the story of David, an aspiring filmmaker who spent years working on his first feature film. During the production process, he faced countless challenges, budget issues, casting problems, and technical difficulties. There were moments when David felt like giving up, questioning whether the dream was worth the struggle. But instead of quitting, David focused on his resilience. He learned to adapt, solve problems on the fly, and keep pushing forward no matter how hard things got. Eventually, David's perseverance paid off. The film was completed, and after being submitted to various film festivals, it won multiple awards. David's success wasn't the result of an easy journey. It was the product of resilience, determination, and the ability to keep going when resistance tried to take him down. The victory of perseverance. The ultimate victory over resistance comes not in a single moment of triumph, but in the ongoing commitment to the work. Perseverance is about showing up day after day, doing the work even when it feels difficult, and maintaining the belief that your efforts will eventually pay off. The war of art is won by those who choose to keep going, who keep fighting through the resistance, and who understand that success is a journey, not a destination. In the end, it's the consistent effort, the small wins, and the resilience in the face of setbacks that will lead you to success. The fight against resistance is long, but it is a fight worth fighting, and perseverance is the key to victory. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.